The front desk, the center of every property. It's where the guest experience begins and ends, and it's a communication hub for the entire staff. When you work at the front desk, you perform a wide variety of duties, working for the guest, with your coworkers. Your attitudes, your skills, the procedures of the job, they combine to create a unique profession, the art of hospitality.
Good morning, may I help you?
Checking in. Williams?
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Mr. Cal Williams?
Yes.
You reserved a non-smoking room with a king-size bed for early arrival.
Right.
Your room has been confirmed at this rate. If you'll please just verify the information and sign right here. Your key is in the envelope, Mr. Williams. And this is your room number. The elevators are off to the right. Vending and ice machines are here and here. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, thank you.
Well, enjoy your stay, Mr. Williams.
Is the Harbor Festival still on?
Yes, the Harbor Festival runs through Wednesday. The admission is $5 per person.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome. Hi, can I help you?
Can I leave mail here?
Yes, I'd be happy to mail it for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Parker. May I help you?
We're checking out.
Will you be returning to your room?
No.
May I have your room number, please?
204.
Thank you. How was your stay?
Everything was just fine, thank you.
Would you have any charges this morning?
You buy anything?
No?
No, nothing today.
If you please just look this over and make sure it's accurate. Would you like to keep that on the same card?
Yes. That's correct.
And if you please just sign right here. And did you bring your room key with you this morning?
Oh, yeah. Here it is.
Thank you. Thank you for staying with us. Hope to see you both again soon.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Just a few minutes of the day for two front desk agents. Each interaction was simple and pleasant for the guest, yet Denise and Rich had to do a lot to make things look so easy. We're going to take a closer look at these few minutes and other situations to show you the tasks of a front desk agent. You'll see what happens from guest arrival through guest departure.
Good morning. May I help you?
Checking in. Williams?
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
The first step in any guest encounter is to give the guest full attention and a cheerful
You
greeting.
reserved a non-smoking
If the guest
room
has a
with king-size
reservation,
bed for early
verify
arrival.
the rate, length of stay, the number of people in the party,
Your
and the
room has
type
been
of room
confirmed at this
reserved.
rate. If you'll please just verify the information and sign right here.
Ask the guest to verify the information on the registration card and sign it. Walk-in guests should be asked to fill in the necessary information. Ask the guest for method of payment. Guests who pay cash usually must pay in advance and cannot charge hotel services. Follow your property's procedure for marking the guest as PIA, paid in advance. Follow your property's procedures for securing identification. For guests using a credit card, check the expiration date and compare the two signatures. Obtain authorization, then imprint the credit card on the registration card and the appropriate credit voucher. When you decide where to room a guest, consider the hotel's perspective. Know your property's status code so you'll always know which room is available. Try to fill the best rooms which fit the guest's needs. This will show off your property and boost revenue. Be aware of all marketing programs offered by your property, such as senior discounts, VIP clubs, weekend packages, and frequent traveler programs. When possible, keep occupied rooms together to help housekeeping, security, and energy efficiency. From the guest's perspective, consider security issues, such as rooming female travelers above the ground floor, close to stairways and elevators, and out of connecting rooms. Offer families connecting rooms, and place them close to recreation facilities. Assign appropriate rooms to guests with disabilities. And offer the choice of smoking or non-smoking rooms if available. Once you've selected an appropriate room, you can conclude check-in by rooming the guest. Start by pointing out the room number. Don't say it aloud.
This is your room number. The elevators are off to the right, and your room is on the second floor.
If necessary, let the guest know how to use the key or key card. Also, explain the availability of secondary locking systems and emergency information. Give the guest clear directions to their room using a locator map. Indicate the best places for the guest to park and enter. Also, show the guest where vending and ice machines are located. Then ask,
Is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, thank you.
Enjoy your stay.
In about 2 minutes, Denise helped put the guest into an appropriate, comfortable room. She took precautions to ensure payment, and she created a favorable first impression of the property. With practice, check-in becomes an efficient routine. But when an out-of-the-ordinary situation occurs, you have to be ready. In this section, we'll look at special situations, busy situations, missing reservations, credit problems, handling non-guaranteed reservations, and walking guests. First, let's see what Rich does to handle this busy situation. Acknowledge other guests in line.
I'll be with you in a moment, sir. Welcome to Tremont Inn. May I help you?
Stay calm and hospitable to your guests. If you anticipate a delay in service, excuse yourself and get help.
May I help someone over here?
Another special situation is tracking missing reservations.
May I help you?
Hi, I'm here to check in.
Yes, sir. And under what name do we have your reservation?
The name's Parr.
And the spelling, sir?
P-A-R-R.
Thank you, Mr. Parr.
After confirming the spelling, tactfully ask if the guest has a confirmation number.
I apologize, Mr. Parr. I'm having difficulty locating your reservation. Would you happen to have a confirmation number?
No, my assistant took care of all that.
Perhaps we mistakenly placed it under that name.
Okay, her name is Wilson, Mary Beth Wilson.
Okay.
Don't alarm the guest. If rooms are available, have them fill out a blank registration card. Here are some other things you can do to track the missing reservation. Check under future dates and under no-shows. Ask the name of the person's company or group.
Mr. Parr, we have plenty of rooms and we'll be pleased to have you as our guest. Can I ask you if you're here with a company or group?
Well, I'm here on business, but I'm just by myself.
I apologize for the inconvenience. There are a lot of hotels in this area with the same chain. Perhaps you were misdirected to the wrong hotel.
Yeah, that could.
If the guest is at the wrong property, offer them either directions to the correct property or to cancel their reservations.
Well, you know, last time I was here.
Credit problems are an unpleasant experience for guests. Here's how to handle them in a hospitable way.
I'm sorry, Mr. Peterson. The amount of your stay wasn't approved. Is there another card you'd like to use?
First, quietly and politely request an alternate form of payment.
You must have made a mistake.
Offer the guest use of the phone to talk with the credit card
Step down
company.
here, and I could call the company so you could speak with them.
Fine.
I'll be with you in just a moment.
If necessary, move the guest away from others to avoid creating a disturbance. With any credit problem, follow the procedures of your property and the credit card company. And as always, treat the guest with courtesy and respect.
Yeah, this is Mr. Peterson. I'd like to check on my credit card, please.
On occasion, guests with non-guaranteed reservations arrive after the cancellation time. Of course, if rooms are available, you should proceed with check-in. Occasionally, though, you'll be unable to accommodate a guest. In this situation, move the guest away from others.
I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, Miss Klein. Unfortunately, a confirmed reservation only holds your room until 6, and you would have needed a guaranteed reservation to hold the room after 6. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience.
What am I supposed to do now?
If you'd like, I could call another hotel for you and make arrangements for some transportation.
Really? That would be a big help.
Anticipate problems like these by staying informed of availability at other properties.
I hope the rest of your trip goes more smoothly, Miss Klein. And I hope you'll give us a chance to make it up to you next time.
I'll think about it, if I can get my company to guarantee my reservations.
If you ever encounter a situation in which you can't accommodate a guest with guaranteed reservations, follow these guidelines. First, before the guest arrives, be prepared. Know the availabilities at the closest comparable properties. Know your transportation options for getting the guest there. And above all, know your property's policy for handling this situation.
I hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you. Goodbye. Hello, sir. May I help you?
Yes, a reservation for Brian Sinclair?
I apologize, Mr. Sinclair. We have your reservations, but we're unable to accommodate you here this evening. However, I
Your
will
attitude
arrange
is the
for
key to this
accommodations
encounter.
to travel to another
Be
hotel.
calm, empathetic, and confident. If you seem uncertain and worried, you'll make the guest feel worse about an unpleasant situation.
That's ridiculous. I thought I had a guaranteed reservation.
You're right, Mr. Sinclair. You had the correct type of reservation. I'm very sorry we can't accommodate you here this evening, but I'd like to tell
Reassure
you
the
what
guest that they
accommodations I
didn't
have
make a
made for you.
mistake.
You're
Avoid
right, Mr.
explaining why
Sinclair.
the
You
situation
had the
has
correct type
occurred.
of reservation.
Instead,
I'm
explain
very
what you
sorry
can do
that
to
we
help
couldn't
the
accommodate
guest.
you here this evening, but I can tell you what I've done for you to make other arrangements.
Explain the transportation and lodging options available to the guest.
Since you've reserved a stay for 2 nights, I'd like to offer you the choice of returning to stay with us tomorrow night. I'll
If the
provide
guest has
transportation
reserved a
back
multiple
here
night
anytime
stay,
you wish.
offer the guest the option of returning to your property.
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Thank you, Mr. Sinclair. I'll check your messages and notify the operator where to forward your calls.
How many adults will be in your first room?
You have no messages, Mr. Sinclair. Thank you for being so understanding.
Always tell.
These skills will help you keep the front desk running smoothly, even when things don't go according to plan. Once the guest has checked in, you become responsible for taking care of their needs during the stay. You do this in 2 ways: by providing guest services and through teamwork with the rest of the staff. The front desk is the communication center of every property. That means you maintain the flow of information to and from guests. Your duties will include serving as an information source, handling correspondence, operating the phone system, and providing business services. You will answer more guest questions than anyone else at the property.
The pool is open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
The Quentin room is down this corridor. It's the second door on the left.
There are vending and ice machines next to the center stairway on each floor.
You'll also provide information about the local
It's a
area.
white, three-story building 3 blocks from here on Center Street.
Yes, the Harbor Festival will be running through Wednesday. The admission is $5 per person.
The fare would be about $6 if you went by taxi.
The Center Grill is open till 10.
Giving directions is a skill you'll need to use frequently. Here are some guidelines. First, establish a starting point.
It'll take you about 10 minutes to get to the airport from here. Are you parked in the lot by the tower?
Use right, left, and straight directions rather than north, south, east, and west.
Preston Street, in front of the hotel.
Right onto Preston.
Use street names and mention any landmarks.
You follow Preston for about a mile till you see the farmer's market on the corner. That's Armory Boulevard. Turn right.
Remember, guests may be unfamiliar with the area, so avoid shortcuts. Describe the simplest route.
You'll follow Armory Boulevard as it begins to curve to the left. Follow that for about a half a mile, and you'll see the airport entrances on the left. There are signs marking the route all the way, so you won't have difficulty finding it.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Mrs. Norton.
Another way you'll provide information to guests is through guest mail, messages, and faxes. When you receive mail or faxes, first determine if the guest is registered, due to check-in, or checked out. If the guest is registered, notify them promptly and place the mail in the appropriate area. If the guest is due to check in, note the message on the reservation and place the message, mail, or fax in the appropriate place. If a guest has checked out, follow your property's procedure for return or forwarding.
Thank you for calling the Tremont Inn. How may I
You'll
direct
need to know how to operate your property's phone system, including receiving and routing calls.
One moment, please.
Don't give out room numbers to callers, and follow your property's other procedures for guarding guest privacy and security. Logging and making wake-up calls is an important service for your guests. Confirm the room number and time.
Mr. Tefano, you're in room 306. You receive your wake-up call at 6:30 tomorrow morning. Good night.
When taking messages, remember to get the caller's full name, number, the time and date of the call, and the complete message. Repeat the message to the caller to be sure it's correct. Then sign the message so the recipient can check back with you if necessary. Other phone duties include operating paging services and monitoring and setting guest room phone status, such as Do Not Disturb or restricted usage. You may provide business services, such as handling outgoing faxes and making copies. Also, be aware of your property's incoming fax number and any charge for the service. The other half of service during the stay involves working as a team with your coworkers. You provide the link between all the people working together for the guest. Teamwork begins right in the front office. The front office logbook keeps the staff informed of important events and helps coordinate activities between shifts.
Sally, I have an early arrival expected for a room with a king-size bed. Can you let me know as soon as one's available?
We can take care
The
of
front
that for
desk
you.
communicates with housekeeping more than any other department. Each contributes to a constant updating of room status.
I'm sorry about the problem, Mr. Powell. I'll contact maintenance and we'll take care of it before you return this afternoon. Yes, sir.
The maintenance department uses the front office logbook and work orders to track maintenance problems reported by guests.
Mr. Powell, I just heard from maintenance that they finished the repair. Is everything satisfactory?
Like the housekeeping department, maintenance keeps the front desk informed of changes in room status due to repairs. Depending on the scope of your property, you'll communicate with the food and beverage department, laundry and valet services, health and fitness centers, parking facilities, and retail outlets. One reason you'll be communicating with other departments will be to post charges to guest folios. Charges originate when the guest charges a product or service at a point of sale. The charges are recorded and transferred, again, either manually or electronically, to the front office. In computerized systems, most vouchers are posted electronically. Folio maintenance is automatic, while in other properties, front desk agents manually post guest charges to folios using vouchers received from other departments. During the stay, your job is to make the guest as comfortable as possible. Many of your responsibilities center on maintaining the flow of information to and from the guests. You'll meet some guest needs by yourself. At other times, you'll meet needs through teamwork. In any case, remember to treat guests and coworkers with equal courtesy and respect. The checkout process lets you leave your guests with a favorable last impression, so they'll be more likely to return. As with check-in, efficiency and a caring attitude are important.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Parker. May I help you?
We're checking out.
Will you be returning to your room?
No.
May I have your room number, please?
204.
Thank you.
Ask the guest how their stay was, responding to any comments or complaints.
How was your stay?
Everything was just fine, thank you.
That's good. Before I print your folio, I just like to
Post
check
any outstanding charges to the guest's folio and check for any late charges.
Would you have any charges this morning?
You buy anything?
No?
No, nothing today.
If you'll please just look this over and make sure it's accurate.
Determine method of payment.
Would you like to keep that on the same card?
Yes.
Ask for room keys.
And do you have your room key with you?
Oh, yes, here you go.
Finally,
Thank you.
thank the guest and ask them to return.
Thank you for staying with us. Hope to see you both again soon.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Checkout forms the guest's last impression of the property. If you can deliver the same efficient, courteous service they received at check-in and during the stay, you may see them again next time they travel. The art of hospitality. It's part of everything you do at the front desk. Whether you're meeting the needs of guests or coworkers, the performance of the entire property depends on your contribution. By mastering the procedures of the front desk, you're gaining the skills you need to be a success in a challenging profession.